This is John Rodriguez, a Bachelor of Physical Education 1. For this lesson, we discuss about describing the position of a human body. We have a three position: anatomical structure, planes of movement, axis of movement. For anatomical structure is any biological entity that occupies space and distinguished from its surroundings. Anatomical structures can be macroscopic, such as a corpuscle, or microscopic, such as a corpuscle. We have three types of anatomical structures. The first, homologous structures, analogous structures, and vestigial structures. For homologous structures are similar physical features in organisms that share a common ancestors, but the features serves completely different function. An example of homologous structure are the limb of a human, cat, and the bat. Homologous are the result of divergent evolution. And for analogous structure are defined as biological structures having similar or corresponding function but not from the same evolutionary origin. In other words, species use these biological structures for the same purpose, and yet these species are from unrelated evolutionary lines. For the vestigial structures that have no apparent functions and appears to the residual parts from past ancestors are called vestigial structures. Example of vestigial structures include the human appendix and the pelvic bones of the snake and the wings of flightless bird. For the planes of movement is an imaginary flat surface running through the body. All the body movement occurs in the different planes and around different axes. We have three types of planes of motions. First is the sagittal planes, frontal planes, and transverse planes. For sagittal planes, keep the body into the left and right halves, forward and background movements. In frontal plane, kept the body into front and back halves, side-to-side movements. Transverse planes kept the body into the top and bottom halves. And for the axis of movements is that perpendicular to planes in which the joint motion occurs. The closer the axis of motions is to the body plane, the less movements the planes. We have three axes of movements. The first is the frontal axis, sagittal, and vertical axis. For the frontal axis, these lines runs from left to right through the center of the body. And for the sagittal, also known as the antero-posterior axis, these lines runs from front to back through the center of the body. For vertical axis, these lines runs from the top of to the bottom through the center of the body. And that is our lesson for today, and I hope you learned